Hello guys, welcome to TECHNO. In React.js tutorial, today I am explaining the concept of React.js folder structure. Okay, first we see the structure. This is the files and folders created by default when we are creating that React app. Okay, now I will explain the purpose of each folders. First of all, node modules. Node modules folder contains all the dependencies and sub dependencies whatever we required for that entire React application. Okay, and then public folder is also known as root folder, which contains images, index.html file, etc. Okay, see this favorite icon, logo, pngs is all the media files that related and we are going to use in that application. We'll keep that media files inside this public folder, and index.html is that entry point for that web page application. Here we created that div element. Inside this element we'll assign that attribute value as root. Okay, and then manifest.json file. In this file, we'll keep all the information that related to media files like images, URLs, etc. For example, here we mentioned icons, source of icon, size and type of icon, like images, whatever images we used in that application, we'll mention that size and type, whether it's a PNG or JPG, like that. Okay, and then now comes to source folder. Source folder is the main folder which contain actual source code, and all the files and folders whatever we created inside this source folder are processed by Webpack quickly. Okay, App.js is a sample React component file created by default when we are creating a React app. This is that file app.js. It's a sample component file. Okay, and app.css will write that CSS styles for that app.js, and then app.text is for testing purpose. Here we'll write that unit testing parts. Now index.js, this file is the entry point for JavaScript and it stores the main render method. It import all the components like app.js, home page, or login components, logout component, or payment component, whatever components we created in that application, we'll import all the components in this index.js, and this index.js tells the React where to render that component. Okay, now see here, currently we have app.js and it's a one of the sample component. Okay, so we imported that app component from this file inside this index.js, and then we'll create one root using that React doc. Inside this root method we call that div element by using that attribute value of root. Okay, now we created that root method. Inside that method we mentioned that app component. So what index.js will do is it tells that React to render that app component inside that index.html file inside that div element. Okay, and then we have index.css file. Here we'll write the CSS code for that index.js file. Okay, now we have .git ignore file. In previous video I'll explain that git concept, like how to download project from GitHub and how to upload that project to GitHub using that git command. So please watch that video, then only you can understand this concept. Git ignore is a version controller tool like Git to know which files and folders should be ignored while committing that updated code in GitHub. See, here we mentioned a lot of folders and file names. So whatever folders and file names we mentioned here, Git will ignore that files and folders when committing that code. Okay, and then we have Package.Lock.Json and Package.Json. First of all, Package.Json contain all the information about the project, like name of the project, version, dependencies, libraries, etc. See, name, version, dependencies, and version, React DOM version, React script version, like that. And Package.Lock.Json, it also contains the information about name of the project, version, dependencies, libraries, etc. But what's the difference between these two things is, see here, it contains exact dependency tree to be installed in node modules. Like whatever files we have inside this node modules, it contains that exact tree structure. Okay, Package.Lock.Json file ensure that the entire team working on the same versions of dependencies and sub-dependencies. For example, we created one project 2 years before using that version of React system. Now, yeah, if anyone clone our project, and it will get that previous version only, like whatever version we mentioned in this file, that version only he got downloaded instead of downloading the latest version of React. For example, instead of downloading that React 18, the person got that version of that project. Okay, and this is the final file, readme.md. Here we mentioned all the uh, project details. It's like a documentation file. Okay, like how to create, why we are creating this project, what is the purpose of this project, like that. That's all, guys. In upcoming video, we'll discuss about more React advanced topics. So stay tuned and subscribe my channel. If my video really helpful in your career, then please give a super thanks. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned.